Inisa-isa ko na lang siya ilagay para hindi na tayo magtatagal sa pagsusulat. Kasi ganun din naman yung isusulat. So, isa-isa na lang siya para mas maintindihan nyo. Okay. So, the next chapter natin is the multi-stage refrigeration system. Meron tayong multi-pressure and multi-evaporator system. But you have to take into consideration kung ano yung naging problems ninyo dun sa midterm exam para alam nyo na kung anong gagawin ninyo na adjustment for final exam. So, some of you ay hirap din kumuha ng enthalpies at each of the state point kahit dun, yung pinakasimple na kasi natin, yun yung nasa midterm exam. Yung standard vapor compression cycle, actual vapor compression cycle, which only have 4 state points. So now we'll be discussing multi-stage refrigeration system. Ibig sabihin, we have additional state points in this part. Because we will be using components that will increase COP or reduce work of compression. So, yun yung ating multi-stage refrigeration system. So, meron tayong multi-pressure system, meron din tayong multi-evaporator system. And syempre, it does not only increase the COP, but it will serve its purpose. So, ano ba yung mga purpose kapag meron tayong temperature or evaporator na, halimbawa, dun sa inyong, sa inyong design project, sa inyong design project, meron kayong nililimit yung evaporator temperature ninyo for halimbawa milk and dairy products na meron kayong nililimit na dapat 10 degrees or 4 degrees Celsius, tapos meron pa kayong freezing na -4 doon sa process. So, yan, you have to take into consideration using this multi-stage refrigeration system for your design project. And then you also have to take into consideration yung paghahanap ng enthalpies kada state point nito. Okay, kindly open your camera para kita ko kayo. Although di nyo ako kita, pero kita ko kayo. Baka kasi kung ano-ano lang ginagawa nyo dyan. So, makinig. Yan, you can also record yung ating meet para mapapanood nyo din siya. But kahit di naman to recorded, but make sure lang na nakikinig kayo throughout the discussion. So make sure na makakabawi ng final exam. Kasi when we say cover to cover yung discussion, yun namang diniscuss natin last for midterm exam will also be used dito sa mga next discussion natin. If our problem solving involves starting from this multi-stage refrigeration system, parang naging cover to cover na din naman yung discussion natin. Kasi main point naman natin before midterm exam is to know different state points and understanding compression, vapor compression and the actual vapor compression. So now we'll be dealing with multi-stage refrigeration system. Yung coverage natin for final exam is ito. We have air cycle refrigeration system and then steam jet refrigeration system. Okay, so yun, you have to make sure na yung mga enthalpies at each of the state point is alam nyo paano kukuhanin. Kasi kapag hindi, edi mauulit lang kung ano yung mga nangyari ng midterm exam. Kailangan nyo nga siyang bawiin para dun sa iba. So, ang process naman dyan is syempre maging familiar kayo kung liquid ba siya, vapor ba siya, or nasa superheated vapor. Kasi yun yung nagiging problem, yung pagkuha ng enthalpies. So, meaning, dapat yun yung pinagpapraktisan nyo na kuhanin. Kasi in terms of pagkuha ng refrigerating effect, work of compression, so as long as alam nyo yung inlet at outlet ng evaporator, makukuha mo na yung refrigerating effect. So, if you know yung inlet at outlet ng compressor, makukuha mo na yung work. Pero, hindi mo siya makukuha pag mali yung enthalpy na nakuha mo or hindi mo nakuha yung enthalpy ng inlet at outlet ng kada component. And yun yung isa na reason kung bakit mababa yung iba dun sa midterm exam. Kasi kung mapapansin nyo, yung pagkuha ng enthalpies, malaki na yung point nun. Kasi meron na tayong partial point na binibigay for each of the enthalpies. Kahit nga medyo malayo, chinecheck na din. Kasi as long as nakalagay kung saan mo siya kinuha na properties. So, yan, you need to make sure na you understand the process at different system components para ma-identify mo paano kukuhanin yung pH diagram and enthalpy. Okay? Clear ba tayo doon?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, what do we mean by this multi-stage refrigeration system? So, multi-stage refrigeration system, multi-pressure. It is a multi-pressure system, pwede na tayo na multi-evaporator system. So, what is a multi-pressure system? So, a multi-pressure system of vapor compression refrigeration cycle is an arrangement of compressor and other components in order to attain a certain purpose. So, it has two or more low side pressure, which is the pressure between expansion valve and the intake to the compressor. So, several model or arrangement of compressor will be illustrated in this chapter in order to evaluate the performance of multi-pressure system. So, meron tayong dalawang function or integral function of using multi-pressure system. So, number one, it can be removal of flash gas, and the other one is intercooling. Okay, so what do we mean by removal of flash gas? So when we say removal of flash gas, so this is saving in the power requirement of refrigeration system results if the flash gas that develops in the throttling process between the condenser and the evaporator is removed and recompressed before complete expansion. So ano yung meaning ng ating flash gas removal? So kung maaalala nyo, for paglabas ng ating expansion valve, we have wet mixture. So sa process natin condenser, yung ating refrigerant will be completely liquid. So if dumaan siya ng expansion valve, so bababa yung pressure niya, magkakaroon tayo ng wet mixture. So dun sa wet mixture na yon, magkakaroon tayo ng removal of flash gas, and yung ating component para doon is flash tank or flash chamber. So meaning nasa-separate yung ating vapor refrigerant doon sa ating liquid refrigerant. From our intercooler, from our flash chamber or flash tank, masa-separate yung ating vapor, which will again recompress. So recompress meaning yung vapor natin will go back dun sa compressor natin. And then the liquid refrigerant will flow ulit, expansion valve, and then pupunta na siya sa evaporator. Okay, so that is the main process of removal of flash gas. So meaning, nahihiwalay yung vapor doon sa liquid refrigerant. So we'll be discussing this later on sa problem para mas kita nyo sa system components kung paano siya nangyayari. So the vapor is separated from the liquid by an equipment called the flash tank. So the separation occurs when the upward speed of the vapor is low enough for the liquid particles to drop back into the tank. So normally, a vapor speed of less than 1 meter per second will provide adequate separation. So next natin is the intercooling. So meron tayong flash gas removal, meron tayong intercooling. So for intercooling between two stages of compression reduces the work of compression per kilogram of vapor. So intercooling in a refrigeration system can be accomplished with a water-cooled heat exchanger or by using refrigerant. So the water-cooled intercooler may be satisfactory for two-stage air compression, but for refrigerant compression, the water is usually not cold enough. So the alternate method uses liquid refrigerant from the condenser to do the intercooling. So discharge gas from the low-stage compressor bubbles through the liquid in the intercooler. So the refrigerant leaves the intercooler as saturated vapor. So intercooling with liquid refrigerant will usually decrease the total power requirement when ammonia is the refrigerant, but when the refrigerant is 12 or 22, but not when refrigerant 12 or 22 is used. So this is better if meron tayong refrigerant ammonia. So meron tayo ditong example ng paggamit ng intercooling at paggamit ng flash tank na separate pa siya. Ano ba yung ginagawa ng flash gas removal at saka ng intercooling doon sa system pag kasama siya doon sa mismong system natin? So, here, we start natin sa intercooling or intercooler. So, meron tayo ditong two-stage compression with intercooling between compressor. And it has a considerable power saving compared with the standard vapor compression system. So, we will be discussing also, or makikita nyo mamaya kung ano yung result ng power saving kapag gumamit tayo ng intercooling between compressor. Okay, compared with the standard vapor compression cycle. Okay, so in here, figure 2-1 shows a system diagram and a pH diagram of the system. Okay, so we have here the system diagram and pH diagram of the two-stage compression. So, paano naging two-stage compression? So, meron tayong ditong compressor. So, two-stage compression with intercooler or intercooler in between. Okay, so discuss lang natin to. From state point 1 to 2, this is our expansion valve. 1 to 2 expansion valve wherein yung process natin is isenthalpic process. So kita naman siya sa pH diagram. And then, for process 2 to 3 naman natin, that is evaporator. In the evaporator, so this is where your heat load dun sa refrigerated space. Yung QA natin. Yun yung napapadagdag, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng saturated vapor paglabas ng evaporator natin, and then it goes to the first stage compression, tapos intercooler, 4 to 5. So this is our intercooler from 4 to 5. And then 5 to 6 is the second stage compression. So 6 to 1 is yung condenser natin, and then it goes back to our expansion valve process 1 to 2 with constant enthalpy. So based on our pH diagram, dapat alam nyo paano kukuhanin yung mga H values or enthalpies at each of the state point. Kasi as you can see, if tinanong sa inyo yung pagkuha ng COP, then kukunin nyo lang yung refrigerating effect, and then yung compressor work. So as you can see, since meron tayong dalawa na compressor dito, so pag-a-add nyo lang yan. So meron tayong H6 minus H5 plus yung work ng first stage compressor, which is H4 and H3. But in this process of intercooling, assume that we have same power requirement or power input sa both compressor. So meaning, pag nakuha mo yung isang power dito, multiply mo lang siya sa 2. Okay? Kasi yun yung pagkuha ng ating intercooler pressure pag hindi given. Okay? So the intercooler pressure will be determined kasi ito, meron tayong intercooler pressure ito. So paano natin siya i-determine? So meron tayong tinatawag na low limit PI, meron din tayong tinatawag na high limit PI. So paano natin makukuha yung high limit and the low limit PI? So first, for low limit PI, we can use this equation. So itetest natin kung ang gagamitin natin sa problem or doon sa equation natin or doon sa design natin is low limit or high limit PI. So first, kuhanin muna ninyo yung low limit PI. Ibig sabihin, pag nakuha mo na yung low limit PI, makukuha mo yung properties at state point 5 and 4 and also yung sa 6. Kasi yung state point 1, 2, 3 natin, wala naman siyang kinalaman dun sa intercooler pressure. So, same lang siya. So pwede mo kuhanin siya una. Pero, yung 4, 5, 6 natin, magkaiba siya sa low limit intercooler pressure at saka dun sa high limit intercooler pressure. So for high limit intercooler pressure, makukuha naman natin siya through getting the HIH, or the enthalpy at intercooler. And that is state point 4 ito. So, H3 plus 1/2 times H6 prime minus H3. So, alin yung H6 prime natin? So, makukuha nyo siya dun sa standard vapor compression cycle, yung property ng H6 prime, para makuha mo tong HIH. Where HIH is intersect the S-curve at isentropic compression. So, meaning, pag nakakuha ka ng enthalpy, makukuha mo yung intercooler pressure and then other properties, which is yung H4, 5, and 6 for high limit PI. So, paano kayo mamimili kung alin ang gagamitin nyo? Is it low limit PI or yung high limit PI? Paano kayo mamimili? Okay, so for you, to choose dito kung alin ang gagamitin, magkakaroon kayo ng balance ng work of compressor. So, dapat maliit yung magiging difference ng work ng compressor ng first compressor at yung second compressor. So, ibig sabihin, equate nyo siya. So, dapat maliit yung or maliit yung difference ng H4 minus H3. This is the power for the first compressor. Yung H6 at 5 naman natin is the power of the second compressor. Okay? And then, yan. So, pag nakuha nyo na yan, makakapamili na kayo kung alin yung gagamitin nyo. Conclude nyo lang kung yung gagamitin nyo ba is yung low limit or yung high limit PI. So, meaning, dapat alam mo kung alin yung magbibigay ng mas maliit na difference. Kung saan siya malapit na mag-equate. Okay? Kasi, as you can see, base, dito, the work of compression in each stage are equal. So, meaning, hahanapin nyo kung saan siya malapit or mag-equal. Okay? So, meron tayo ditong sample problem. Can you please read this, Emmanuel?
Good morning po. Rinig po ba?
Yes, Utoy.
Okay po. As two-stage compressor with intercooler uses ammonia refrigerant. The condensing temperature is 35 degrees Celsius and the evaporating temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. If the intercooler temperature is to be maintained at 18 degrees Celsius, determine the following. Number 1, the real value of intercooler pressure and equal work of compression. Number 2, the COP of the system of the refrigeration compared with standard system using single compression.
Okay. So next, okay, so we have here given an schematic diagram. So we'll be using the same diagram doon sa kabila since we'll be using two-stage compressor with intercooler. Ano? So meron tayong condenser temperature of 35 degrees Celsius and meron din tayong evaporating temperature of 0 degrees Celsius. If the intercooler temperature is to be maintained at 18 degrees Celsius, will be determining the following. So the first one is the PI, or the intercooler pressure, real value. So meaning you'll be choosing kung siya yung low limit PI or yung high limit PI natin. Bago nyo i-conclude kung ano yung gagamitin niyo. So for you, you have to check yung H4 minus H3 is equal to H6 minus H5, kung alin yung mas malapit. And then, the next one is the COP of the system compared to the COP of the standard system. Okay? So, you have to get the enthalpies at each point. Okay, so try to get first muna yung tatlong enthalpies. I'll give you 3 minutes. So get values for H1, 2, and H3, and then we'll check later if the values that you get is correct. So same with 6 prime, kuhanin nyo na din. Okay? So get values of 1, 2, and 3, and then also yung 6 prime. So alin ba yung 6 prime? Yung 6 prime is the superheated vapor leaving the compressor kapag single stage compression, meaning dun sa standard vapor compression cycle. Naintindihan? Taas muna ako ng kamay kung naintindihan. Okay, so I'll give you 3 minutes lang. Okay, may nakashare pa din ba sa screen nyo? Okay, nakuha ba? I-type na lang ulit dito sa in-call messages kung ano yung nakuha nyo. Okay. So, yan. Tama naman yung sa iba. Actually, tama naman to lahat. Pumasok naman siya sa descript na 2 minus 2 dun sa enthalpy natin. Kasi as you can see, yung ating H6, yun yung hahanapin natin sa chart. Okay? So, yan. Tama naman yung sa iba. Actually, yung lahat ng share dito, tama naman. So, H1 is equivalent to H2. So, as you can see, kahit nag-iba yung ating numbering sa schematic diagram, so make sure lang na naintindihan yung flow para kahit mag-iba yung numbering, okay lang. So, H1 is equal to H2, which is equal to 366. H3 is Hg, kasi vapor siya dito, which is 1461.7 kilojoule per kilogram. And then yung ating entropy, kailangan natin siya sa pagkuha ng S6 prime, which is 5.6189 Sg at 0 degrees. And then yung P6 natin, P6 prime is also equal to PC, or saturation pressure sa condenser at 35 degrees Celsius. Equal din siya sa P6, which is 1352.2 kPa. And then H6 prime natin, we have 1621 kilojoule per kilogram. 1621, yung sa inyo, 1620, pero yung atin is 1622 kilojoule per kilogram. So this is from chart. So H6 is H at S3, which is equal to S6 prime and P condenser. Okay? So yan, clear naman. I hope clear dun sa iba din. So again, nagkakaproblema kayo sa paghahanap ng enthalpies sa kada state point. So make sure lang na maging familiar kayo sa paghahanap ng mga enthalpies. So next, we have PC. Again, condenser, same lang siya. And then our evaporator pressure, P set at 0 degrees, which is 430.43 kPa. So yung intercooler temperature naman natin is given, which is 18 degrees. Ito yon yung sa H6, no? Yan. So, ayan, nakalagay lang yan sa values natin. So we need to get the intercooler pressure, the intercooler pressure and the COP of the system, and COP of the system compared with the COP of this with intercooler and compared with the standard. So the low limit PI is calculated from the equation as given dito. So yung low limit PI natin is, again, makukuha siya using the condenser pressure and the evaporator pressure, which we have obtained earlier. So that is square root of PC times PE. So yung ating intermediate or intercooler pressure is 762.9 kPa from low limit PI. But we have to check kung low limit PI yung gagamitin natin or high limit PI. So at this low limit intercooler pressure, the following enthalpies are obtained. So since meron tayong intercooler pressure, we can now get the values for H4, 5, and 6. Kasi from this, meron na tayong 1, 2, at saka 3. Meron din tayong H6 prime. So now, from low limit intercooler pressure, kukunin naman natin yung H4 and 5 at intercooler pressure at low limit intercooler pressure. Same with H6. So dun sa ating low limit at high limit, magkakaiba yung value ng H4, 5, at 6. So, una muna natin kukunin is sa low limit PI. So, H4 is H at S3. Kasi as you can see dito, sa state point 3 natin, so dito sa state point 3 natin and 4, meron tayong isentropic compression, meaning meron tayong S3 is equal to S4. And then at this line, constant yung pressure natin, which is the intercooler pressure. So for us to get the value of H4, that is H at S3 and low limit PI, which is 762.9 kPa. And then, as you can see, yung 4, 5, 6 natin is lahat nasa superheated vapor. So sa chart, lahat natin siya titingnan. So in this case, this is 1540 kilojoule per kilogram. Yung H5 naman natin, meron naman tayong binigay na intercooler pressure and na temperature, which is 18 degrees Celsius. So we'll be getting values of H5 using temperature at the intercooler and the low limit PI, which is 762.9 kPa and 18 degrees Celsius. So through the chart, makukuha natin is 1482 kilojoule per kilogram. For H6 naman, since meron ulit tayo na compressor doon, so meron tayong constant entropy or isentropic compression. So meaning yung S5 natin, kukunin din natin siya and equate natin siya sa S6 to have one property at state point 6. The second property naman na gagamitin natin is the pressure at the condenser, which is ito, equal siya dun sa P6 to get H6 at this point. So yan, makukuha natin is 1560 kilojoule per kilogram. So again, this one is based from the chart then. So now we'll be balancing the work of compression. So again, meron tayong H4 minus H3, which is equal to H6 minus H5. So yan yon. And from the values, we'll be substituting H4, 1540, H3 is 1461.7, and then H6 natin is 1560 minus 1482. So we'll be getting 78.3, which is equal to 78 with 0.3 as difference. So this one is okay, but we'll be also checking the high limit PI. So this one is for low limit. So titingnan natin kung alin yung mas maliit yung magiging difference ng work of compression for both compressor. Kasi ang kailangan nga natin is mag-equal siya. So now we'll be checking for the high limit PI. So for high limit PI, we'll be getting the enthalpy of the intercooler inlet. So that is H4. So HI natin from the equation, H3 plus 1/2 ng H6 prime minus H3. So nakuha natin yung H3, nakuha din natin yung H6 prime, then we'll be getting the value of HI or the intercooler enthalpy. So that is 1461.7. Substitute the values. Makukuha natin is 1541.85. So after getting HI, so this HI is equal to H4. Okay? So this one is equal to H4. Then makukuha natin yung enthalpy at 0.4 using HI and S3. So ano ba yung properties na nandito? Since ang kukunin natin is yung intercooler pressure from HI, so meron tayong property at state point 4, which is the enthalpy at point 4, which is equal to HI, and then S3, which is equal to S4. So ibig sabihin, kapag titingin tayo sa chart, make sure that we have two properties. So meron tayong dalawang property, and that is enthalpy and entropy at state point 4. So from here, yung P1 natin, pakukuha ko pa sana yun. Pero yung P1 natin, based from the chart, is 790 kPa. So you can check, but that is the value. So sa pagtingin ng value natin, you have to take into consideration yung interval natin. Kasi this one is between 700 and 800 with konti lang yung line niya. So sa pagtitingin ng value, kailangan tingnan mo yung pagitan kung paano mo siya i-estimate yung divide. Naintindihan ba? So kailangan dalawang property sa chart and then tingnan kung nasang pagitan yung point na yon, sa titingnan mo the value and then tingnan mo or estimate mo yung interval kung gaano siya para makuha mo yung exact or yung malapit na values. So, again, yung H4 natin is equivalent na siya dun sa HI na nakuha natin, which is 1541.85. So, now we'll be getting 5 and 6 from our high limit PI. So, yung high limit PI na natin na nakuha is 790. So, ano yung kukunin natin? Or paano natin makukuha yung 5? So, yung 5 is H at TI and PI. But take note, this PI is high limit PI na 790 kPa and temperature is 18. So, ibig sabihin, iba siya dito. Kasi this one is low limit PI, 762.9 ang gamit. Ito naman is high limit, which is 790. So, yung makukuha natin na enthalpy dyan is 1480 kilojoule per kilogram. And then, for H6, H at S5 and PC. So, since H6 natin, S5 is, again, based from dito. So, take into consideration na yung kanyang PI kasi yun yung point dito. And then, condenser pressure at 6. So, makukuha natin is 1550 kilojoule per kilogram. Naintindihan ba doon? Taas naman ako ng kamay kung naintindihan. Okay, so ang challenge talaga dito is pagkuha ng mga enthalpies, and you have to take note, if we have two-stage compression using intercooler, meron tayong low limit and high limit PI, and you have to check whether yung low limit or high limit ba yung gagamitin nyo. Okay, so balancing work of compression. So from the given, 1541.85 minus H3 is equal to H6, which is 1550 minus 1480. So difference niya is almost 10 kilojoule per kilogram. So medyo malayo na. So since medyo malayo na to, we'll be using this one. But take note, yung SANG 78.3 is isang work lang yun ng compression of 4/3. So if you wanted to get the total work of compression, then therefore you have to multiply it by 2. Okay? So since again, yung sa high limit PI natin is medyo malayo na, so you will be using 762.9 kPa as your intercooler pressure. So use intercooler pressure 762.9 kPa, and work ng isang compressor, work ng compressor 1 is equal to work ng compressor 2, which is 78 kilojoule per kilogram. So you can use 78.3, you can use 78. So gamitin na lang natin is yung mas mataas. Sa mga pag magsosolve pa kayo ng other problem. But in this case, kahit yung 78, since whole number naman siya. So kahit yung whole number na lang yung gamitin. Okay? So therefore, ang required naman sa number 1 is intercooler pressure. So dito na yun natatapos. So may point na kayo dito for 762.9 kPa. Okay? So compare lang natin sa paggamit ng intercooler pressure kung ano nangyayari sa total work natin. So using 2 compressor with intercooler, yung work natin is 156, times 2 lang. Compared with single compressor, yung single compressor natin is itong H6 prime minus H3, and that is equivalent to 160.3 kilojoule per kilogram. And as you can see, mas malaki yung work kapag walang intercooler. So bumaba yung work input natin kapag gagamit tayo ng 2 compressor with intercooler, 2-stage compression with intercooler. And that gives us these values. Okay, so next kasi natin is kukunin natin ang COP. So tama lang na kinuha natin yung work ng compressor ng standard and ng system with intercooler kasi we'll be comparing. So yung COP natin, refrigerating effect, QA is H3 minus H2. So same naman yan, di magbabago. All over work of compression of the system with intercooler, which is 156. So that gives us 7.02 COP. While for standard system, H6 minus H3, or ito, nakuha na natin dito. So therefore, yung COP natin is H3 minus H2 pa din, over work of compression ng standard system, and that is 160. So therefore, it gives us 6.83 na COP. And with the use of intercooler, it gives higher COP compared with the standard system. Is that clear? Okay. Naintindihan ba ito? So, okay. Ang challenge talaga dito, syempre, yung pagkuha ng enthalpies. And then you have to also be familiar dun sa mga system components. Okay? Do you have any question regarding this problem? May tanong ba?
Wala pa naman po.
Okay, so now let's proceed with dito sa multi-pressure, we have multi-compression, multi-evaporator, or dito sa chapter ng multi-stage compression, madami tayong papakita na system components. So, kailangan lang maalam kayo mag-solve ng problem, syempre. Mag-solve ng enthalpies, kada state point, ano yung nangyayari kapag kami intercooler, ano yung mangyayari kapag kami flash gas removal or flash tank, para alam mo i-identify, paano mo makukunin yung mga enthalpies. Tama ba yung pH diagram na binigay? But, ayun. Sa problem, pilitin ko na magbigay na ng system component, syempre, at saka ng pH diagram. So, pero minsan, baka system components lang yung nakabigay, tapos kayong gagawa ng pH diagram. So, yun. You have to make sure na tama yung mga gagawin nyo. Okay? So,
pag sa exam po yan, ma'am?
Sa exam. Okay. Pwede lang nakabigay lang yung system components, kayo yung gagawa ng pH diagram. Swerte kung parehas nakabigay. Siguro pag hindi natin nadaanan ng discussion, siguro I probably give the pH diagram, but you have to make sure na alam mo kung paano gagawa. Okay? So, para mas maintindihan natin, we have your application of multi-pressure system. Saan ba siya ginagamit? So, as I have mentioned earlier, multi-pressure system of refrigeration are commonly applied in dairy factory, where one evaporator operates at about -35 degrees Celsius to harden the ice cream, while the other evaporator operates at 2 degrees Celsius to cool the milk. So, yung mga ganun na applications. And other types. Depende kung, syempre, meron din naman kayong nasa search based sa inyong mga design project. So, yun. Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng mga multi-stage refrigeration system. So, another important application may be in process industry, where 3 or more stage compressor are prepared with intercooling or removal of flash gas. So, meron tayong intercooling, meron tayong removal of flash gas, merong magkakasama na yan. So, merong multi-pressure with flash gas removal, kagaya yung previous natin kanina, meron tayong intercooler pala yun. So, ngayon, we'll be dealing with flash gas. Ano bang ginagawa ng flash tank? So, removal of flash gas results saving in power requirement as compared to standard vapor compression system since COP increases. So, we have here a single evaporator, single compressor with flash tank for flash gas removal. Okay? So, meron tayo ditong system and pH diagram of the model. We have system diagram of the model and the pH diagram A and B respectively. So, meron tayong single evaporator, single compressor with flash tank or flash gas removal. So, ano bang nangyayari dito? Focus muna tayo, state point 1 to 2. So, ito yung state point 2. Dito? State point 1 to 2 is expansion valve, no? Or pressure reducing valve. This one is expansion valve. So, dito, state point 1 to, constant enthalpy pa din siya. Okay? And then, ano bang, again, nangyayari dun sa ating flash tank? So, separate niya yung vapor phase refrigerant doon sa liquid phase. So, yung liquid phase refrigerant will flow dito sa ating expansion valve papunta sa evaporator. And then, yung ating vapor phase will go back to doon sa compressor. Will unite, or sasama siya doon sa vapor phase, doon sa 5. And then, papasok sila ng compressor. So, meaning at the state point, meron na tayo, kompleto na yung mass natin sa compressor, no? So, sa ganitong type of problem then, we'll be dealing with energy balance involving masses. Kasi nagkakaroon na tayo ng separation of mass. So, this one, ito kasi hindi natin masasabi na ito ay liquid. Kasi pag pumasok na siya ng evaporator, magiging vapor na siya. So, we'll let this as M2. Yan, mamaya. Kasi doon siya sa kabilang slide nakalagay. Okay? But we'll be dealing with the different state points. So, 1 to 2, since 1 is lalabas ng condenser, so meaning liquid state siya. Okay? So, 1, 2, we have expansion, or in this case, pressure reducing valve, papunta doon sa ating flash tank. And then, kung mapapansin nyo, lalabas siya ng 3, papasok siya ng 6. So, from this state point, meron tayong 3, meron tayong 6. So, paano natin nalaman na vapor at liquid siya? So, as you can see, ito, liquid, itong part na to, vapor yung nasa taas. Doon siya magsa-separate. No? Yung bababa doon sa evaporator are all liquid, so meaning that is at liquid state, state point 3. Ito naman, 6, lahat siya is vapor, so meaning ando doon siya sa vapor state. Okay, clear ba tayo doon? Bago natin ituloy, pataas naman ako ng kamay. So, next one is, ito muna tayo sa pagpapasok na siya ng evaporator. State point 3, 4, meron tayong expansion valve, constant enthalpy. So, 3 to 4 yun. Then, 4 to 5, is evaporator. So yung 45 natin, paglabas ng evaporator, saturated vapor at state 0.5, yun. And then, meron tayong junction point. Napapasok yung vapor, papasok yung vapor galing sa flash tank, papasok yung vapor galing dun sa evaporator, and then magko-combine siya papunta sa compressor. So, ito na yun. 7 to 8 compressor, then 8 to 1 to condenser ulit. Okay? Is that clear? So, suppose on the above model with flash tank, removed flash gas will be throttled to the lower pressure necessary to mix the low pressure vapor from the evaporator at the compressor suction port. So, dito yun. No? The remaining liquid will enter the expansion valve as saturated liquid at the flash tank pressure, allowing enthalpy difference from 4 and 5. Which is larger than the standard cycle and increasing the refrigerating effect. So as you can see, kung wala tayo nito, diretso dito, condenser pababa. So ito lang yung refrigerating effect from this point doon. But with the use of flash tank, mas tumaas yung ating refrigerating effect. Kita naman siya sa pH diagram. Okay, naintindihan ba doon?
Yes, po.
So next, we have your sample problem. Okay, kindly read this, Ralph.
From the model, the condensing temperature of ammonia refrigerant is 35 degrees Celsius and the evaporating temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. Let the throttle valve maintain the flash tank pressure at 760 kPa and determine the following. A. Enthalpy at all sections of the system in kilojoules per kilogram. B. Mass flow rate of refrigerant vapor leaving the flash tank in kilograms per second at 100 ton of refrigeration capacity. C. Work of compression at compression index N equals 1.3 and D. COP of the system.
Okay. So, yan, lagay lang din natin dito yung ating system components and pH diagram. So from the given, our T condense is 35 degrees Celsius. Meron tayong evaporating temperature which is 0. And yung throttle valve, yung flash tank pressure 760 kPa. So meron tayo yan. Kung kukunin niyo yung PSAT at TC, ito yung pressure 1 at 8 na. Pressure at evaporator, pressure at 457 na yun. Pressure 326, pressure na yun sa intercooler. So, the required are the enthalpy at all section of the system. So, meaning you'll be getting H1 to 8. All section of the system, So, ibig sabihin kukunin nyo lahat from H1 to 8. And then, mass flow rate of the refrigerant vapor leaving the flash tank, kilogram per second. So, mass flow rate of refrigerant vapor leaving the flash tank. So, dalawa kasi yung lalabas ng flash tank natin. So, M2, ito dito, so lalabas ng state point 3 is liquid, ito. And then lalabas ng 6 is vapor. So, ang tinatanong sa atin is yung vapor. So, meaning, we let that as M1 and then yung lalabas na liquid is M2. And then we have total mass, papasok ng compressor, condenser, and then dito maghihiwalay ulit sila. Vapor pataas, pababa, liquid M2 at state point 3. Pataas naman is vapor at state point 6. And then, ibig sabihin, yung papasok dun sa evaporator natin are M2 lang. Okay? Is that clear? So, first, you'll be getting different state point. Enthalpies at each of the state point. Okay? So, isa-isahin natin, H1 is equal to H2. Kita naman, which is equal to HF at 35 degrees Celsius from the table, that is 366.072 kilojoule per kilogram. So H3 naman natin, since this is also a liquid state, so that is HF at 760 kPa kasi equal yung pressure niyan. So again, pagka liquid or kapag ka nasa loob siya ng saturation line, kahit isa, property lang yung nasa table, yung titingnan nyo. So in this case, 760. Meron siyang pressure na binigay. So that is equal to 271.126. So H5 naman, as you can see, is lalabas ng evaporator in vapor phase. So that is Hg, at 0 degrees Celsius. So Hg at 0 degrees, which is 1461. Yung H6 naman nakabigay na, pero saan ba siya kinuha? That is Hg at 760 kPa. Kasi again, yung lalabas nga dito is in vapor phase. So that is vapor at 760 kPa. That is our H6. So meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, meron tayong 5, meron tayong 6. So ang wala sa atin is 7 and 8. Okay? So may way ba para makuha natin yung 7 at saka yung 8? In this case kasi meron tayong pressure at 0.7 pero superheated siya. So meaning we need to have another property at that state point. Pero wala naman tayong mapapagkuhanan nun. So ang gagawin natin ay pwede tayong magkaroon ng we can use the junction, result of mixing process. Nasaan ba yung H7? So pwede tayong kagaya ng ginagawa natin dun sa liquid to suction heat exchanger, meron tayong mass balance. We can also use it to get H7. So in this case, pwede tayong mass balance or energy balance at junction na to. So meron tayong M16 papasok, M1, M2 times H7 is palabas, and then M2 is H5 papasok din siya. So M2, let M2 as mass of vapor leaving evaporator. Okay, so take note, evaporator. So meaning ito yon. Take note, vapor siya pero leaving evaporator. So ibig sabihin siya yung liquid na papasok dun sa expansion valve. Kasi isang mass lang naman yan. No. So M1 is the mass of vapor leaving our flush tank. Yun yung sa letter B. So that is M1. Pero pwede naman niya magkabali-baliktad. Depende kung anong ilelet nyo. But in this case, yan na yung gamitin natin. So, M2, makukuha natin siya since meron binigay na mass flow rate na ton of refrigerating capacity. So, kung mapapansin nyo, meron naman tayong value ng 5, meron tayong value ng 4. So, we can directly find yung ating refrigerating effect. Pero may given sa ating 100 ton of refrigeration capacity. So, makukuha natin yung M2 or yung mass 2 dito. Okay? So, since wala pa tayong H7, kailangan natin siya makuha. H7 and H8, pwede natin siya makuha. So, M1, ito yung junction, pwede rin dito sa flush tank. So, yun. Kung saan pwede mag-energy balance. Okay? So, in this case, we have meron sa junction, meron sa flush tank. Okay, ulitin lang natin. Nandiyan yung mga given natin. So again, M1, ito yun, the mass of vapor leaving the evaporator. So this is the required at letter B. So M2, yun yung lalabas. So pag nagkaroon na tayo ng junction dito, magsasama na yung M1 at M2 and H7 dyan. So ito din yung iikot ng condenser at dito. So, energy balance at the junction para makakuha tayo ng value dyan. But, kung mapapansin nyo, meron lang tayong M1 na nakuha, pero wala tayong M2. So, meaning, pwede pa din naman natin siyang gamitin. Yan. So, magkakaroon tayo ng equation 1. So, again, energy balance, gawin na lang natin is inside minus outside is equal to outside. Yung papasok is equal to palabas. Energy in is equal to energy out. So, in natin is M2 and H5, M1 and H6 is equal to palabas or energy out, which is M1 plus M2 times H7. And then substituting the known values, okay, so makakakuha tayo ng equation in terms of M1 and H7. So, since meron pa tayong dalawang nawawala, kailangan pa natin ng isang equation. Pwede pa tayong mag-energy balance dito. So iisipin natin kung saan tayo pwede kumuha pa. So pwede tayong mag-energy balance sa flush tank. Papasok sa atin is M1 plus H2. Pwede naman na putol dito kasi equal naman yung H2 at saka at state point 2, 1. 1 kasi to, 1 to, tapos nasa loob yung 2. So this one is supposed to be H1, but equal naman siya, kaya pwede na rin siyang H2. Pwede mo din naman na tanggalin na tong expansion valve, tapos dito ka mag-umpisa. Same lang yan. Basta alam mo kung saan ka magpuputol. In this case, dito siya nagputol, but this is supposed to be H1 kasi ito yung state point 1 na yun. But yun nga, parehas naman siya na enthalpy, so wala namang problema doon. Okay, so lalabas sa kanya is HM2H3, liquid, tapos vapor M1H6. So again, energy balance, E in is equal to E out. So E in is M1 in M2H2, out is M1 and H6 plus M2H3. Okay, so therefore, we can now have our second equation in terms of M1 and ay makukuha pala natin directly yung M1 dito. So from this one, makukuha natin ang M1 directly. We can use this as equation 2, pero makukuha na natin directly yung M1. Okay? So M1 natin na makukuha is 0.0252. Makukuha muna M1 and then H7 para substitute equation 1. Okay? Naintindihan ba doon sa part na yon? Clear ba? Pataas naman ako ng kamay kung clear tayo doon. So therefore, meron na tayong H7. So ang wala sa atin is H8. So, unti-unti nang nabubuo, yung lahat ng kulang sa A. And then yung B naman nakuha natin kasi yun yung vapor leaving the flash tank. So, pwede nang i-box yan dyan. So, M1, 0.0252 kg per second. No. And then, yun nga, H7, kasama siya dun sa A. And need na din natin siya sa pagkuha ng work. It's either enthalpy in terms of enthalpy or kaya naman pwede rin in terms of the isentropic work na formula. Yung K over K minus 1 times P1 V1 times the quantity P2 over P1 raised to K minus 1 over K tapos minus 1. So, pwede rin naman na yung work of compression is H8 minus H7. Okay, so since meron sa ating binigay na N is equal to 1.3, so meaning polytropic process yung gagamitin natin. Naintindihan ba? So di natin pwedeng kuhanin yung ang work of compression at compression index N is equal to 1.3. Okay, so meaning polytropic process siya. So hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na hindi natin pwedeng kuhanin yung 8 in terms of entropy kasi hindi naman siya isentropic process. Clear ba tayo doon? Naintindihan? Malinaw ba? Malinaw. Okay, so since meron tayong nakuha na mass 1, nakuha natin yung mass 1 from previous, through flash tank energy balance, meron din tayong M2 na nakuha from refrigerating capacity. So, kunin natin yung total mass kasi yung papasok dun sa compressor work natin is total mass na M1, M2. So, kunin natin yun. So, paano ba natin gagamitin yung equation? Since that is n over n minus 1 times P1 V1, so we need to get pressure at 7. Ano? Yung pressure at 0.7 is pressure or PSAT at 0 degrees Celsius, which is 430.43 kPa. Ano? And as you can see, this one is superheated. So we can use these two properties to get the value of V1 kasi kailangan natin siya sa equation. Ano? V7 pala. So V7 is a chart where V at 146 at H7 and P7, and that is 0.258 cubic meter per kilogram. And then yun nga, yung pressure 7 natin is 430. Okay? And then substitute lang natin siya sa equation. So yung pressure 8 natin is pressure at the evaporator. Kailangan natin yun, no? Kasi in this case kasi we have P7, so meaning ang formula natin is n over n minus 1 P7 times V7. Ano? And then yung pressure naman natin, pressure ratio is P8 over P7. Okay? So, yung V8 naman dito, pwede namang hindi na siya kuhanin, pero kinuha pa din. If, ayan, ang ginamit natin na formula ay ito. Ano, so wala naman siyang pinagkuhanan or pinaggamitan ng V8 dito. Pero kung ang gagamitin nyo yung ibang formula for polytropic process, magagamit to. Ano? Pero in this case, ang gagamitin natin is n over n minus 1 P7 V7 multiplied by the quantity P8 over P7. Ito. And then substitute the value. So take note na yung V7 natin is in cubic meter per kilogram pa. Kailangan siya is in cubic meter per second para maging kilowatt. So you have to multiply the total mass of the refrigerant na dumadaan doon. So that is 430. Yun yung pressure, and then the mass of refrigerant, and then volume at 7. And then yan. From this equation, makukuha natin is 40 kilowatt as work of compression. Is that clear? So, yan. And then, yan. For the COP, since meron na tayong binigay na 100 ton of refrigeration, ito ay convert lang. Ano bang ginagamit natin na conversion? 3.52. Tama ba? Okay, so sa halip na 3.5167 dito, so you'll use 3.52 times 100 and then divided by the...
Yes po.
Ayan, 3.516 times 100, divided by the work of compression na nakuha natin, which is 40. Then therefore, COP natin is 8.79. So if we're going to compare it to the standard system, sa standard system, wala namang sinabi na i-compare siya, no? Ang kinuha lang naman sa atin is COP of the system. But if you will be computing, if you will be comparing, if you want to compare it with the standard system, ang COP ng standard is 6.83. And this one is actually yung nakuha natin from previous problem natin kanina. Doon sa unang problem, standard vapor compression, yung i-compare din sa intercooler. So compared with the use of flush tank, yung ating COP increased from 6.83 naging 8.79 with the use of flush tank for flash gas removal. Okay? Is that clear? Do you have any question, clarification? May tanong ba?
Ma'am, yung 3.5167 po. Yun na pong gagamitin
3.52 ang gagamitin natin.
Okay.
Okay, so sa sample na lang, since siya naman is conversion, so make sure na kung ano yung nauna natin na na-discuss, yun yung gagamitin nyo sa problem. Okay? So in our case, that is 3.52 ang gagamitin natin. Naintindihan ba? But, yun, you can use also 3.5167 naman. to be exact. So, maalin, tatamaan ko naman yan parehas. Kung nalimutan yung 3.52. Naintindihan ba? Kasi mostly sa mga sample problem natin, naka 3.5167 siya for conversion ng ton to kilowatt. But wala namang problema yon kung yun yung gamitin nyo or 3.52. Kasi kung mapapansin nyo, based on sa ating midterm exam, although nagkaroon ng konting discrete yung mga sagot, pag tama yung mga values na ginamit, tinatamaan ko naman yun. Okay, any queries, question? Sure ba?
Yes po, ma'am. Wala pa po.
Okay, so make sure to review kung paano kinuha yung mga enthalpies sa mga state point na to. And I will also share din to para kayo So, madami kasi madami pang type ng multi-stage compression system. So, we will be kindly utilize yung mga videos, you can also subscribe para naman at least kala mo akin para naman at least makatulong tayo kasi tinulungan din naman tayo para maintindihan itong mga topics na to. So, ano ba naman yung mag-subscribe ka na din? Although di ko naman to kilala. Pero yun nga makakatulong to dun sa magiging discussion natin para at least less na sa paggawa ng material and at the same time we can utilize yun nga yung mga available sa internet. So these are the compound multi-stage. Madami tong type. So again, madami siyang type ng multi-compression, meron din tayo ditong multi-evaporator. Pero ayan, depende naman pa din sa problem yon kasi iba-iba naman yung type.
I welcome to my YouTube.
Okay? Naintindihan ba? Malinaw?
Experts examine every part.
Ito naman, yes, Vince.
Pwede po magpa-approve ng sa
gawin natin siya bukas at the end of the meeting. Kasi magkakita din tayo, yun, yung same then with other question regarding design project, we'll be dealing it by tomorrow. Okay, so kagaya nito, this is multi-compression with flash intercooler. But in this case, flash intercooler. So meaning, magkasama na siya. So meron tayong flash tank, meron tayong intercooler. But you have to, take into consideration kung anong mga nangyayari sa problem. So, meron din dito.
I welcome to my YouTube channel.
Pala yun. Ito ba yung kanina? Okay, flash intercooler, water intercooler, or subcooler.
I welcome you my YouTube channel, We Are the Best Mechanical Engineering. In this video, I teach you.
Ito naman yung sa flash chamber. Same dun sa kanina. Kaso, this one is multi-stage compression. Yung sa atin ay single-stage compression lang. Pero huwag kayo mag-alala kasi isa-isahin naman natin to. And hindi din ako magbibigay ng exam pag hindi natin na-discuss. So, but pala, make sure na, for different types of multi-stage compression, pag binigay yung system components, alam mo kung ano yung nangyayari, then you can draw its enthalpies. So, these are some of those, yan. So, we'll be discussing a lot of this tomorrow then. Do you have any question? Clarification? So again, review lang muna yung pagkuha ng mga enthalpies. Kasi as you can see, based from this problem, kaya nito, parang alam mo na kung paano kukunin yung mga enthalpies at each of the state point kung alam mo yung pH diagram. Kaso minsan, kahit baka nakabigay na yung pH diagram, di mo pa din makukuha. So, mahirap na yun. So again, dapat alam mo kung siya ay superheated, kung siya ay saturated liquid, kung siya ay vapor, So, take note na kapag walang binigay sa superheating, meaning yung lalabas ng ating evaporator are saturated vapor. And then yung lumalabas palagi ng condenser natin is saturated liquid. So, yung na-discuss natin ngayon sa flush tank, so meron tayong vapor, separation of vapor refrigerant and liquid refrigerant. So, alam mo kung alin yung pupunta ng compressor, alam mo kung alin yung pupunta ng evaporator. So syempre yung pupunta ng evaporator are those in liquid state, and then yung isa naman is vapor, yung sa compression, kasi hindi naman pwedeng magkabaliktad. So, ayun. Do you have any question? Clarification?
Wala naman po.
Tanong ba? Okay. So, may time pa naman tayo. I can give siguro mga 5 minutes for ano bang group kayo, Vince? And then if dun sa iba, if wala na kayong tanong, you can leave the meet. Anong group kayo, Vince?
Group 5 po, ma'am.
Ayun. Anong question nyo?
Magpapa-approve po sa